Okay, so in the last video, I showed you all the reptiles that were going to be burr mating. So in this video is the rest of the collection. And I forgot, well, in editing, I misplaced her clip in the last month's video. And I didn't catch it until some of you guys pointed out that she wasn't in the video. So I figured I will start off the video with this beautiful girl here, just to show you she is still around and she's still doing very well, very healthy, and definitely enjoying having her in the collection. And of course, this is the Globe Boa. So very, very beautiful snake, very friendly, very easily handleable, and you know, just definitely one of my favorites in the collection. Most of them are my favorites, but you know, she is definitely up there at the top, probably the top of the list, I would say. But yeah, that is her. I don't really have a name for her, so if you have a suggestion, please feel free to comment below, and we'll see what we can do. So that is her. She is going all over. She's got some good size to her. She is, I'm guessing, about 10 years old. So that is the boa. So let's move on to the next snake. Okay, so the next snake I'm going to show you is my other yellow snake, and that is my albino ball python. I have had her now for 10 years, and you can see on the picture on the wall, there was a time where she was the symbol of Reptile Jones. She was on the forum, she was my profile picture. She's been, you know, she's been a very, very great animal. And if you didn't see that mid-week update video, go check it out, because she is also one of my greatest ambassador animals that I have. And go check out that video. There's more depth about me using her, and just made an old lady's day. I mean, that lady, she was jokingly telling me she was going to kidnap this snake. But to learn more about that, go check out the other video. The annotation may be above, but a link will be provided below. But anyways, let's get back to this video. This is, you know, my albino ball python. Again, another favorite. I don't really, it's hard to say to have a top favorite, because pretty much they're all my favorites. That's why I still have them. But she has been with me for 10 years. I had her as a hatchling. That photo is of her as a hatchling. Unfortunately, she doesn't have that orange dot anymore. This is one of the reasons I picked her, but that's fine. I have I have photos of my daughter being 2 years old and holding this snake here. But yeah, so she's been with me for a very, very long time, and you know, she'll be with me until she passes. So that is the albino ball python. So that is her. Very beautiful. So let's move on to the next reptile. Another favorite of the channel by you guys is this little young lady here, and that of course is my scaleless Texas rat snake. And she is doing pretty good. She's putting on some size, and yeah, again, just another favorite of mine. I love the color change, if you will, that she's going through as she's growing, and each time she sheds. The saddles, which you can kind of see up here, we can still see a little bit of red in those saddles, but as she keeps shedding, she's losing that, and the saddles are filling in to be black. But I love what I love about her is this burnt red that we get at the front part of her body, and as we go down, it ends up being like starting to turn into like a straw yellow. So it'll be interesting to see what colors, you know, she exhibits as she's an adult. Of course, with age, she's going to always probably continue to darken up, but that's no problem. You know, she's definitely another favorite, aren't you? So that's her. That's the scaleless Texas rat snake. Want to say hi to the camera? There you go. There it is. Get some good tongue flicking action. Not sure how that looked, but let's move on to the next. Okay, so up next is a newcomer to the collection, and that of course is my little male California king snake. As you can see, he is a high white, and he's also 100% het for albino. Although I'm really not sure that I'm going to breed him, but he's more just another animal that I'm raising up to be an ambassador animal for my Reptile Jones educational program. So, but that is him. Again, I don't have a name for this fella, so any suggestions would be greatly appreciated. So, not much I can say. You know, California king snake. Rather friendly seems to be. I've never had an issue with him yet, so I don't think I will. And we just keep working with him. But yeah, a nice little new addition to the group. So I think he's going to make a great ambassador animal. You know, telling people about, you know, that king snakes eat other snakes, so he could be their ally in keeping venomous reptiles off their property if they live in such an area. But so let's move on to onto the next reptile. Okay, so let's do this gecko next, since he is actually happens to be out, which may be a problem for the rest of the geckos. But as you can see here, this is a nice little Dalmatian cream. I am unsure of the sex at this time because obviously it is still little, but regardless, I do like him a lot. And again, just you know, crested geckos are one of those animals that just, they make a great pet. They're going to make a great ambassador animal to teach people about reptiles. So yeah, so there he is. I mean, beautiful pattern, and he's just going to jump. Don't jump. All right. But you can see there, at least I hope you can see, you know, very nice cream color there on his back with, and he's just loaded down with some Dalmatian spots. So kind of hoping it's a girl, but honestly this one could go either way for me because I don't have anything that is, you know, compatible with this if I wanted to continue on with the Dalmatian cream. So so let's go ahead and put him back so we don't stress him out too much. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the frog tank. This is another one of those cages where the inhabitants, they get to hide, and it's at their own discretion when I get to see them. But as you can see, I mean, this plant is near the top, and this thing is just growing out quite amazingly. And I don't know if you guys can see, but I can kind of see one of the frogs right in that area, growing out good. I got some good moss growth there, and of course we got a root of some sort here. I got a little bit of algae growth that started to grow in the water and on this front surface here, but it looks like it's slowly dying back or something. But just to give you an idea, there is actually a coconut hut right back in all this. So I mean, that's just how thick and overgrown this has become, which is fine. I like it. Of course, this bromeliad here has died. This one has died a little bit, but it's starting to come back. So I'm hopeful, but I kind of just leave this dead one here because I kind of think it just adds to the natural. And then I got another bromeliad right back here that has died. And again, you know, some people might clean that up, but I kind of think it makes it look more realistic. But sorry I couldn't get the frogs. See, and then this side is just completely algaed over. But sorry I couldn't get the frogs on film this time, but hopefully I can do a full update video on these guys in the future to where I can show you how they are doing. So let's take a look at the next reptile. Okay, so the final snake for this video is going to be this little guy here, and this is my citrus pastel low expression calico. We can kind of see a little bit of the calico here on the side, and he is also 100% het clown. So my deal is maybe one day when he gets a little bit larger to breed him back to my albino female, just to play around with it. I'm not really getting too big into ball pythons, at least not at this time with limited space. But I do enjoy ball pythons, so I do have a couple. But that is him. We are slowly getting some size to him. He is a very fussy eater. He doesn't like frozen thawed. He doesn't like rats. So that we will get him converted. But you know how these guys can be. They can be rather stubborn when it comes to what and when they are willing to eat. So we're working with him. And again, it's a male, so it's okay if he's on the smaller side of an adult ball python. So, but yeah, one day we hope that he will, be comfortable, and not that he's not friendly. He is friendly, but I fear if I take him out in public for my reptile meetings that might be too much for him, and we'll continue to have feed problems with him. So, but we'll work with him, and maybe one day he'll be part of the Reptile Jones educational program. So that is this guy. We'll go ahead and put him back, and let's move on to the next. Okay, so I misspoke. The ball python is not the last snake. The last snake is actually in here, and that is my jungle carpet python, and he has recently gotten a cage upgrade, and I think he's really enjoying it. It's if you go back to the 20-gallon vert video that was just released just a little bit prior to this, you'll see how I made this. But this is his cage, bioactive substrate, live plants. We got plenty of climbing structure, and he also has ground to chill out on if he chooses. But what he does is, let me open this, and we'll show you why I won't be able to show you exactly right now. But let's so right here there is a hole in that cork bark, and what it has done is created a cavity inside there, and that is where he is hiding at right now, and that's his favorite place to rest during the day. And so it's tricky for me to get him on film because now it's at his discretion, but I will insert a clip right after this. I did a Facebook Live when I put him in there, and so you'll get to see him in here, what he looked like, and how he enjoyed it. So let's get to that clip right now, and then following that we will go to the geckos. Okay, so I want to give you guys the first sneak peek at the new carpet python setup. It is a 20-gallon vert, bioactive substrate, and plenty of cool branches for him to climb on. Okay, so first up is going to be my day gecko, which he is right here on the front glass, giving us a, sorry about the light, we're going to try to giving us a full view of his underside, but that is him. And then this is his setup. Live plants, some that reptile bark, or not bark, that bedding from Lugardi, and yeah, it's doing quite well. Of course, this light that's back here behind my hand, that is a full spectrum daylight, so it's kind of needed in there for the plants, and there's debate whether or not these guys need it, so I do it better safe than sorry. And let's open this a bit and see if we can't get him to jump to a spot better. Now he's not a handleable gecko, so there we go. Let's go ahead and open this and see if we can't get a good shot. There we go. Yeah, look at him. So there we go. That's a pretty good shot, and you can see how nice red he's got on him. I did try to find a female. I am unsuccessful at this point, but you never know what might be just down the road in the future. But definitely a nice gecko. I tell people these guys are like owning fish. You kind of just watch them and enjoy them, but you don't get to put your hands on them, which is fine. I enjoy them regardless. So that is the day gecko, and then let's move over to the next cage, and that is this one over here. Now unfortunately we are not going to be able to see this guy. Let's block this light. Again, he is hiding you can kind of see down by his dirty water dish, there's a hole there, and then back beside his water dish, there is a hole, and we got a hole over here. He has tunneled the system, or created a tunneling system in there for himself to hide in, which is fine. This, and again, I don't know if I mentioned, but this is my legless lizard. And as you can see, if you've seen the previous videos, he has trampled the grass that I did have growing in there. But that plant's doing quite well. So yeah, again, this is one of them that he only comes out when he's ready, and that is usually to look for food. So hopefully I can get a clip of him in the near future to place in the next video, but as of right now I don't have any current clips of him. So up here, let's see if we can do this without so much glare. Now this has my crested geckos, which will have to come back. We'll come back tonight because there's just way too much glare going on, and two, they are hidden in those cork tubes and they don't come out till the lights come out. So I'm gonna cut the video here and then we'll insert the nighttime videos in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we started with her. We are going to end with her. That is going to be it for this video, and I just want to thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for the comments. Of course, you can follow me on my other social media. All the links will be provided down below. Let's get you up here. And of course, find me on Facebook. T-shirts are available. It is a pre-order, so all the details are on the Facebook page. So go check that out if you're interested in a t-shirt. I've already started selling some, so I want to thank you guys who've already purchased. You know who you are. And so as always, I just want to thank you, and till next time, later. Oh, you're still here. It's over. Go home. You expecting a special announcement? Well, here's what I can tell you. Comment the secret word in the comments below, and the rest of the details will come November 23rd.